Hello, welcome to another episode of I've Heard It Both Ways, the podcast that has been socially distancing itself for the past few months. Zach and I will be back in the new year with our rambles, but for now, I lumber you with a clip show which has some highlights of the past few years, featuring guests like Fabian, Shannon, and our good friend Dirt. We start off with a clip that is mentioned the most to me. It's when my dad's internet got stolen. And that's followed by Food Snobs, which is my favourite conversation. And I hope you enjoy listening to this while you prepare your turkey 6 feet away from everyone in whatever tier you're in. And just a warning, these episodes were all recorded without the microphone I'm currently using, so it might sound like we're in a matchbox again, but I'm sure you'll get over it. Enjoy and have a Merry Christmas.
Let's get this party started.
No, it actually reminds me, like last month, 2 people went to my parents' house, and one of them said, there's a leak upstairs, we want to look at it. And then I was like, I wasn't there. My dad was like, can I see some ID? Oh, we've got it in the van. Like I said, we've got it in the van, but we really need to see. And it was my mum who actually, she just trusts everyone. It was my mum who was just like, just let him in. And she said something like, he doesn't trust anyone, or something like really ridiculous. When they told the story, like the amount of times I slapped my head. But so then one of them was downstairs, and he kept on he kept on asking questions like, "Oh, this is a nice house," and blah blah blah, and then like charming my mum basically. Yeah. And my dad was getting a bit, he's just looking around. While they did that, he said all he was doing was putting the tap on, and then the other person went upstairs. Yeah. And then my dad. That's when my dad was like, "Why is it going?"
Yeah, what do you need up there?
It's like, "What you need to get ID." And then my dad started getting like really arsey and going, you got to get out. I don't trust you. Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, okay." And then he called his friend down. He's obviously had a rummage upstairs. Yeah. There was nothing to take, but still. Yeah. And then the thing is, because my mum and dad, they don't know anything about technology, so all I got was a text in the middle of the night that just went, "They've robbed my internet." And I went, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm trying to sleep." And I was like, "Dad, what are you on about? They've robbed the internet." And I was like, "What?" And then they went, they told me the story. And I was like, "Dad, you call the police." Yeah. "Oh, what do you think?" And I was like, "I can't believe you let someone in the house." Yeah. Like you said, like they're that close to your mum, and exactly you get angry. And then the reason he said they robbed the internet was because I changed the Netflix account. Because I had to change password. I've changed the password. I forgot to tell my dad, so he couldn't get into that. And then he got one of those flash, those internet pop-up saying someone's using your
Netflix account,
your broadband or something. Yeah. So he was like, "They've stolen it. They've stolen the internet." And I was like, "Dad, you can't steal the internet." I was like, "No, they've stolen it. They've stolen no." And then he was like, "Oh," and it was just all these things that just fell into place or out of place because his phone line didn't work as well. Well, that was just like a coincidence. Yeah. But he just everything came together. It's like, I can't believe it. They went upstairs and stole the internet. And I was just like, "Oh no!" And I just said, because they didn't even think to call the police, so I called the police. I called the police next day, and they were very good. They took it very seriously. They came around, saw my mum and dad just to reassure them, tell them and it was just really funny because they were like, "We might go around and search for fingerprints." Yeah, and then my dad was like, They were wearing gloves.
They were wearing gloves.
He's like, and then everyone just slapped their head like, "Oh my god, it was so obvious you're getting robbed." But they've learned their lesson, so
fair enough. Yeah. I didn't expect the story to go there, but that's. a somewhat lighthearted ending to
Exactly,
to the story.
Well, it was really scary at the time, and it made me really angry. I couldn't sleep that night. But yeah, luckily, those guys were, like you said, they were con men. They weren't violent or anything. They just wanted, they knew who lived there. They were probably scouted the players, two old elderly people.
But they knew who to prey on.
And they weren't there to. They were just there to just take stuff.
Yeah.
But they just stole the internet.
Well, let this be a warning to you all. Protect your internet at all costs.
No ID, no coming.
What other culture snobs have you got there?
I've also got food snobs.
All right, let's see
I'll quickly go through that. Right, you've always known how to pronounce quinoa. Thank you.
No, I didn't know how to pronounce that.
Did you ever say quinoa? Did you guys ever say
quinoa? Up until this point, I've been calling it quinoa. Quinoa, that's what it said on the label.
Quinoa, that's what I say.
Okay.
Well, not anymore. No. I did learn how to say it.
All right. Quinoa. Right. Imagine I didn't know as well, and I went, you've always known how to pronounce quinoa. Right. Your potatoes are so organic that they're still covered in mud. So basically, you like organic food. You always buy organic, guys?
I try to, but
I tried to, but no.
I only buy it by accident, mate. Yeah. I'll get home and look. What? This was organic.
You always similar thing. You always eat non-free range eggs.
Nah.
Non-free range.
Yeah.
Which one is that? The ones with battery farm eggs?
Yeah, so you're basically organic eggs again.
No, I do prefer to eat organic eggs.
Yeah, hold on. Non-free range.
Non-free range means
sorry. Yeah, it says you'd rather try laying an egg yourself than eat a non-free range one.
All right. Yeah.
So yeah, you want
no,
free range.
I eat them caged eggs.
Yeah.
He was proud. My breakfast is the result of chicken torture.
Yeah. I can taste the fear in my eggs. You call green grapes white grapes. I don't know what that means. I'm not a food snob.
Close. What's a grape?
Right.
Yeah, but with grapes, how many colour grapes are there?
You got black grape.
See, isn't there three?
What's the third?
Ain't there purple grapes, mate?
That's black grape.
What's a black grape?
Okay, and then ain't there red?
Black grape.
There's red, purple, and green.
Black grape, man.
They call them black grapes.
Alright, you're doing like the Dave
Chappelle
blackberry juice. Blackberry juice. You're talking about drink.
I want that purple drink. I want that purple stuff.
Right, you've actually attended a food festival. I have. I've attended a few.
Have I been to a food festival? I've been to a festival where they serve food.
Yeah, that's it.
No.
That's different.
That's different. Not in the carnival. There was food there.
There was jerk chicken.
I've never been to a food festival.
Okay.
Festival for food.
Yeah,
that's insane. That's next level.
I've been to a vegetarian festival. I'm afraid to say I'm not vegetarian.
What were you doing?
Yeah,
just tofuing it up.
Yeah, I've been to. There's a few like
imagining what chicken tastes like.
It doesn't taste like chicken. Right. You know what nigiri and maki and oishi means?
This dude can't even read the question. You know what it means, right?
Nigiri. I've heard
and
of
oishi.
I definitely don't know the other two, but they sound like Japanese.
Oishi means delicious in Japanese. I don't think that's not even on there.
All right,
but I know that. Yeah, it comes to sushi. It's about sushi.
What's nigiri? No, hold on. No, I don't know.
Nigiri
sushi that's not made with fish.
I don't. You know what? I don't know if I know myself. It's the one where you got the seafood. Yeah, the seafood around the
California roll
around it.
Is that what they call it? California rolls.
No, that's California
hold
rolls.
on. So sushi with the seaweed around it is nigiri.
No, I mean I don't know.
That's what I always thought sushi was.
No, I'm not gonna.
Nigiri is how Japanese people pronounce Nigeria.
Shots fired. Where did that come
from? I'm reaching. I'm trying to. You know what I mean? I'm working with what they gave me. The giri. I don't know.
Right. Okay. While you find that out.
Yeah, nigiri is just a type of sushi, mate. It's the one without the seaweed, I think.
Oh yeah, it's the one without the seaweed.
Oh, so you was right.
Yeah. No, I wasn't right. It's the one when you just have rice and then you have the seafood on top.
The name comes from the way that the rice looks like. It looks like it's being grasped, which is what the word nigiri means, like to grasp. So it's kind of like you just clump the rice together.
And put some man just read the nigiri snub.
Man just read it from Google and he's tried to say it as if he knew it all along. No. Right, okay. Right, you wince when people cover every meal in ketchup.
I ain't gonna lie, I've seen people put ketchup on things that I'm shocked at.
Sushi.
Sushi.
I ain't seen the nigiri ketchup.
I've seen people eat like jollof rice and add ketchup to it.
Yeah, see that's a bit much.
Yeah,
That's not happening, is it?
sense.
But I've seen people have ketchup sandwiches. I see people throw ketchup in salad.
I think people do overuse condiments. Like even like I don't even like putting salt on my food. Do you understand? It should have been cooked into the food if it needed salt. I'm not really going to add salt at the table. Ketchup is a similar thing. I want a minimal amount of ketchup. I see people who would kind of like scoop ketchup onto a chip and then eat it and then scoop. Yeah. I'm trying to get the minimum.
But would you feel weird if you went to like imagine you took your girl to like a posh restaurant?
Yeah.
It's like proper slick food.
Yeah.
And then she just pours bare ketchup all over.
On is she putting on oysters?
That's it.
First of all, she goes to because you know those places that aren't selling ketchup. So she goes to the waiter.
Excuse me.
she got it in the back pocket. she got the hot sauce in the back pocket. And she just started pouring it. Wouldn't you feel a bit weird? You feel like
definitely.
You're not trying to appreciate what the chef's done. You're just assuming that it's terrible when he eats ketchup.
The chef's got that's
But see, so then who's the snob? The person who covers it all in ketchup, or the person who's like, why did you cover it in ketchup?
Yeah, the person who's going,
why did you
cover it in
ketchup?
Yeah, you're not a snob if you cover it. If you cover it in ketchup, it means that you're just used to
You're the opposite of a snob.
the ketchup taste. You just want everything to taste like ketchup, basically.
Okay. But there's also the snob effect of, I don't want to taste what you've made for me. Ketchup.
Yeah,
that's
that's pretty arrogant. Ketchup is arrogant, isn't it?
No, that's
how obnoxious.
I think being like chavvy and a snob, I'm not mutually exclusive.
But I'm going to put 3 into 1 here. So I'm just going to say so kettle chips instead of Doritos, butter instead of margarine, and proper cheese instead of processed cheese. You know, like Dairy and all that.
Yeah,
that's 3 into 1. So any of those.
You know, it's bad. All of them sounded tasty. It was just a list of tasty things. I was thinking, cheese is nice. Processed cheese is nice.
Right, so anything like
both sides
kettle chips and Doritos, margarine and butter.
Exactly.
Processed cheese and proper cheese. Yeah, okay.
I'm really not fussed, basically.
Yeah. You know that the raw movement isn't salad. I don't know what raw movement.
I think it's like people who eat only raw foods. So you only eat apples and things that haven't been cooked.
Apples and peas.
Some people eat raw beef, you know.
Raw beef, yeah. In Japan, I had some raw.
What? You had that? Why?
Yeah, I had that, man.
Well, what did it taste like?
Because I'm a snob. It tastes. I thought it was quite chewy, actually.
Yeah, but does it have the same taste without being cooked?
No, because it was cold. You know, like if something's cold, you don't.
I've had raw beef and it tastes alright. It tastes like chewy kind of.
But does it taste like the cooked beef?
No, it tastes exactly how you assume it tastes. Like
blood. That's how I assume it tastes.
Rubbery nonsense. Alright, it's
rubbery
chewy.
Nonsense.
It's chewy and that. But what was it? The day I had it, like, I was vomiting like crazy. Then
really?
Of course, mate.
He didn't even go to a restaurant that serves.
No, it was. It was
He bought his steak from Tesco's. Too hungry.
So all these obstacles like cooking.
Screw it. They do it.
No, it was a restaurant. It was like special. It was some delicacy thing, and then I ate it, and it made me feel sick. So I was like, this raw meat idea. But there are people who say raw food is good for you, and they're like only. So I guess from that question, they're saying it's not just salad. It's not some food. It's a serious. Eat everything raw.
Yeah.
Right.
There are people that only eat things at room temperature as well.
Okay,
so they might cook the food,